Let's talk about Greenland, the world's largest island, mostly covered in ice, and ironically named. It's a place that's both mysterious and misunderstood, a land of extremes where the sun barely sets in summer and barely rises in winter. Greenland is a place that seems to defy expectations at every turn. It's over 3 times the size of France, yet fewer people live here than fit in a football stadium. Imagine a country so vast, but with only about 56,000 residents, most of them living along the ice-free coastlines, clinging to the edge of a frozen wilderness. Greenland is 80% ice, while Iceland is the green one. Blame Viking marketing. The names were a clever trick to attract settlers, or maybe just to confuse future generations. Despite its remoteness, Greenland is suddenly the center of global attention. Headlines around the world are asking, what's happening up there, and why does it matter so much now? Why? Because as the ice melts, its strategic and economic value is skyrocketing. The melting ice is revealing new shipping routes, untapped resources, and opportunities that were once locked away under thick glaciers. The US, China, and Russia are all circling, each wanting a piece of this icy giant. It's a geopolitical chessboard, and Greenland is suddenly the square everyone wants to control. Greenland is now a key player in global shipping, climate change, and military strategy. Its location between North America and Europe makes it a gateway for trade and a front line for defense. It's like the quiet kid at school who suddenly becomes the most popular because of a new swimming pool. Everyone wants to be their friend, but not necessarily for the right reasons. The world's powers are eyeing Greenland not for its golf course potential, but for its resources and location. Beneath the ice lie rare minerals, oil, and gas. Treasures that could reshape economies and power balances. This isn't just a frozen rock, it's a critical piece of the planet's future. Scientists are racing to understand how changes here will ripple across the globe, affecting sea levels, weather, and even the fate of coastal cities. America wants a say in how that future unfolds. The stakes are high, and decisions made here could echo for generations. So, it's time to pay attention to the big white elephant in the room, because Greenland's story is just beginning, and it's one the whole world will be watching. Grab a globe and give it a spin. Now, focus on the very top, where the world seems to come together in a frozen crown. Up there, Greenland sits like a massive stepping stone, perfectly positioned between North America and Eurasia, right between the US and Russia, 2 global superpowers. For the US military, Greenland isn't just a remote island, it's a strategic gatekeeper, a sentinel at the edge of the Arctic. During the Cold War, the US built Thule Air Base, now called Patuxent Space Base, right here. It became a crucial part of America's missile warning system, scanning the skies for any sign of danger from across the pole. Today, it remains the US's northernmost outpost, braving the harsh Arctic elements to keep watch for threats that could emerge from the icy expanse. But the Arctic is changing fast. As the ice melts, new shipping lanes are opening up, turning Greenland into a gateway for global trade and military movement. Whoever holds sway over Greenland can shape the future of international shipping, energy routes, and even the flow of information across continents. Imagine being the owner of the only gas station on a brand new high-speed highway. Every traveler has to stop at your door. That's the kind of leverage Greenland offers. For the US, keeping Greenland friendly isn't just about geography. It's about security, surveillance, economic power, and staying one step ahead in a rapidly evolving region. If Russia or China managed to gain a foothold here, America's sense of safety would be shaken, and the balance of power in the Arctic could tip overnight. That's why the US is investing so much, diplomatically, militarily, and economically, in Greenland's future, forging partnerships and building trust. It's not just about owning land, it's about having a front-row seat to a world that's transforming before our eyes, where borders, resources, and opportunities are all in flux. In the 21st century, geopolitical real estate has never been hotter, and the stakes have never been higher. And in this high-stakes game, Greenland is the penthouse suite, offering the best view and the most power at the top of the world. Beneath Greenland's ice lies a jackpot of resources: oil, gas, gold, uranium, and most importantly, rare earth elements. These rare earths are essential for everything from smartphones to fighter jets. Right now, China dominates the global supply, giving it huge leverage. Greenland's Kvanefjeld deposit could break that monopoly, making the US tech and defense industries less dependent on rivals. For America, securing these resources is about national security, not just gadgets. Extracting them won't be easy. Environmental and political challenges abound, but the potential is enough to make superpowers compete for access. Greenland is no longer just a frozen wasteland, it's a potential economic powerhouse. The US wants to be first in line when the doors open. The race for Greenland's riches is on. Greenland's ice sheet is like Earth's giant air conditioner, an immense frozen shield that helps keep our planet cool and stable. It reflects sunlight back into space, acting as a mirror, and helps regulate the powerful ocean currents that shape weather patterns across the globe. But this vital system is in trouble. It's melting at an alarming rate. Every year, hundreds of billions of tons of ice disappear, pouring fresh water into the ocean and changing its chemistry. This relentless melt is now the single biggest driver of global sea level rise, threatening coastlines everywhere. If the entire Greenland ice sheet were to vanish, sea levels would surge by over 7 meters, enough to drown entire cities and reshape continents. That would mean saying goodbye to places like Miami and New York, and countless other coastal communities around the world. Even if only a fraction of Greenland's ice melts, we'll see more frequent flooding, stronger storms, and disasters that cost billions to recover from. For the United States, this isn't some far-off scenario. It's a present and growing danger. Rising seas and extreme weather threaten our cities, highways, and the very infrastructure we depend on every day. That's why American scientists are racing against time, braving harsh conditions to study Greenland's ice up close. They drill deep ice cores, track the speed of the melt, and gather crucial data to understand what's coming next. Greenland has become a living laboratory for climate science, a place where we can glimpse both our planet's ancient history and its uncertain future. The clues locked in Greenland's ice help us predict what's ahead for all of us, everywhere. For the US, leading research in Greenland isn't just about curiosity, it's about protecting our future and ensuring our survival. Ignoring Greenland's role in climate change is like ignoring a fire alarm blaring in another room. Danger is coming whether we pay attention or not. Sooner or later the smoke and the consequences reach everyone, no matter where they live. Greenland's melting ice is a global emergency, touching lives on every continent and demanding urgent action. The clock is ticking, and what we do next will shape the world for generations to come. Welcome to the new great game. This time, the Arctic is the prize. The US, Russia, and China are all vying for influence, and Greenland is a key square on the board. Russia is remilitarizing the Arctic, reopening bases and flexing its muscles. China, calling itself a near-Arctic state, is investing in science and infrastructure, hoping for a foothold. The US is countering with renewed diplomacy, aid, and a reopened consulate in Nuuk. It's a soft power race for Greenland's loyalty and resources. For America, it's not just about blocking rivals. It's about building a lasting partnership. The goal: keep Greenland aligned with Western values and interests. The stakes: control over a rapidly changing, resource-rich frontier. The Arctic chess match is on, and Greenland is the piece everyone wants. Is Greenland the new Suez Canal? Not exactly, but the comparison isn't far off. The Suez is a single choke point. Greenland sits at the crossroads of emerging Arctic shipping routes. As ice melts, shortcuts like the Northwest Passage could save ships weeks of travel. Greenland's ports could become vital hubs for refueling, repairs, and rescue. Whoever has influence here can shape the rules of this new maritime superhighway. For the US, keeping these routes open and secure is a top priority. Unlike the Suez, the Arctic is unpredictable. Ice, storms, and harsh conditions will challenge shipping for years. But Greenland's strategic value as the linchpin of Arctic trade is undeniable. It's not a door, it's the whole hallway. The world's next shipping revolution may run right past Greenland's icy shores, and the US wants a front row seat. Why should you care about Greenland? Because what happens there affects your wallet, your safety, and your future. Greenland's resources impact the price of your electronics and cars. If China controls rare earths, your gadgets get pricier and supply chains get riskier. A stable, friendly Greenland helps keep costs down and industries strong. The melting ice drives sea level rise, threatening coastal cities and raising insurance costs. Scientific research in Greenland helps us prepare for climate impacts. And, geopolitically, who controls Greenland shapes the world's balance of power. This isn't just for generals and CEOs. It's about your daily life. Caring about Greenland is caring about a safer, more stable future. The Arctic's fate is everyone's business. Amid all the talk of strategy and resources, don't forget Greenland's people. About 56,000 mostly Inuit residents call this place home, with a rich culture and growing independence movement. Greenland is self-governing, but many dream of full independence, funded by the very resources the world wants. They want development, but not at the cost of their environment or traditions. For the US, partnership and respect are key. Greenlanders want allies, not exploiters. America's new diplomatic efforts are about building trust and supporting Greenland's own goals. The best outcome? A prosperous, stable, democratic Greenland, whatever its political future. Forgetting the human element isn't just rude, it's a strategic mistake. The people of Greenland will decide their own destiny. Greenland is a military outpost, a resource jackpot, a climate ground zero, and a global chessboard. What happens here will shape the future for all of us. The temptation is to tune out, but the stakes are too high. The US can lead or fall behind as the Arctic transforms. As citizens, staying informed and supporting smart, respectful policies is crucial. The world map is being redrawn with melting ice, not ink. The future is built decision by decision. Don't look away. Keep an eye on Greenland, and on the science and politics shaping its fate. The story is just beginning, and it's one of the defining dramas of our time. Don't miss what happens next. Subscribe, follow, and stay tuned.